Hey guys, and CS Fan 001 welcoming you to the road to my 392nd Platinum Trophy. Today's game is God of War 2018, aka the probably one of the most loved games on PS4. Can you actually fight the Valkyrie Queen again if you want? You know, I don't really want to touch that because I don't know how badly it might end for me. We'll talk about her in a little while, though. So the last thing I gotta do is find the last treasure, which is right here, actually. So God of War 2018, this is, of course, a loved game, and I really see why. This is a really, really fun game to play. It's a great overall platinum adventure. For the most part, the difficulty isn't too bad. I'll get into the couple of difficult parts in a moment. I might actually check out and see what that is, and I'm assuming it's probably a way to respawn the Valkyrie Queen, but I'll look at that off screen. So anyway, like I said, it's a relatively easy Platinum Trophy overall. There's not too many tough things, and it's actually a very common one now, but it's a great game. The story's great, the visuals are great, the sounds are great, the combat works really, really well for the entire thing. I'd say probably the worst part is the fast travel system because it's just kind of annoying. I mean, that one, I wouldn't have minded a loading screen for the fast travel instead of having to run around the tree or even stand on the tree and run around to a portal at some point. Aside from that, though, there aren't too many real complaints, legitimate complaints about the game. So you'll get a good number of trophies here, yeah, through that one, through Last Wish. Those are all story-related trophies and completely unmissable. The story isn't really that long, actually. I don't think it was that long, like 10 to 15 hours, maybe, and a good amount of that might include cutscenes and stuff and dialogue. These are both exploration. I don't know why the trophy image isn't popping there. Let's see if we can fix that. Because, I mean, obviously I have the Platinum. You saw the Platinum trophy unlock. I don't know. I mean, we all know PlayStation just is dumb and does that sometimes. So those are both related to exploring parts of the world, the Lake of Nine and Vithorgard. This one has been known to be a little bit buggy for some people. I didn't run into any problems with it, but you may want to make an additional save before going here just in case. But like I said, I didn't run into any problems, and it looks like a third of players have gotten it. This is required to access 2 additional areas of the game, and they're accessed by opening up certain chests that have language ciphers in them. You can follow PowerPix's guide for all the collectibles. Piece of upgrade armor, obtain a runic attack. Those are both basically unmissable. These are both collectible related. They're pretty easy. They have to do with the Nornir chest, and you don't even have to find all of them, actually. You only have to find enough to fully upgrade your health and rage. This one's pretty much unmissable. This one's pretty much unmissable. This one, while going for the 100%, is unmissable. This one is related to favors. There are 3 dragons throughout the world. You have to free all of them for this trophy. It's not too hard. They're all basically little side quests. Nothing bad there. This is another series of side quests. I think there's 5 related to the dwarves, and none of those are particularly hard either, just as long as you know where they start at and where to go. The artifacts are collectible type. There's maybe around 50 of them. It's not too many, really. It might not even be that many, because there's only like 34 in Midgard. I don't remember about the other areas, though. The ravens, there are 61 of those, I believe. Yeah, I think it's 61 of those, and some of them can be a little bit tough to find. Or actually, no, it might be, I don't even think it's that many. I think it's less than that, but some of them can be a little bit tough to find, but as long as you're following a guide, no problem there. Fully upgrade a runic attack, you'll need to do that. You'll really need to fully upgrade all your gear. These 2 armor sets aren't anything special. You won't be using them. You just have to purchase them. This is another side quest type, favors, nothing too difficult there. The treasure maps, there are 12 of them. Again, there's guides out there for them. The Jotnar shrines, while these are not difficult, and a lot of them are pretty hard to miss, they don't show up on the map. They show up in the codex. So keep that in mind, that's how you have to keep track of them. The trials of Muspelheim are not really all that hard. Like, there's 16 of them. There's 3 levels, normal, hard, and impossible for the first 5, and then there's a final one. So there's technically 16 total. The only one really that gave me any trouble that I had to attempt more than twice was the first impossible trial, where you have to beat all the enemies without taking damage. That one's a little bit annoying just because one of them's a soul devourer, but otherwise it's not too hard. I didn't really run into any problems with any of the others. I beat virtually all the others in one try. And I mean, I played the game on easy, by the way, and I would recommend playing the game on no higher than normal unless you really, really want a challenge, and especially dropping it down to easy for the Valkyries. The Treasure from the Workshop Center Chamber, that is on Nilfheim. I probably don't pronounce any of these names correctly. It just requires you to farm Mist Echoes, which takes at least a couple hours to get enough to unlock everything, but it's not too difficult once you learn sort of the way that area works and how to avoid the traps. And then finally, there's the Valkyries. This is the most infamously difficult part of the game, and I will agree with that sentiment. The first 8 Valkyries aren't too bad. Like, really, for the ones that I was properly leveled for, I beat first try. There were a few that took me a few tries, but I think a few times I was low leveled for them, like under leveled for sure. So that was my own fault. It's mainly just the Valkyrie Queen that's a bit of a pain. I would highly suggest having the Ivaldi's armor from the Mist, like the deadly, like Ivaldi's deadly Mist armor. I think it's called something along those lines. It's one of the legendary types of armor or exotic types of armor, and it's very, very good. You get it in the Nilfheim area, and that armor works really well. You can slot it with a lot of good enchantments. So I would highly suggest having that fully upgraded, have the axe and the blades fully upgraded. I highly suggest just basically using runic attacks and spamming Atreus' arrows, as well as the wolf attack is good too. It takes some tries, it takes a little bit of luck depending on what kind of attack she uses, because certain attacks have way more range and power than others, so it depends a little bit on luck and a lot on skill. I highly suggest just mostly focusing on dodging and just using runic attacks. But I got it done within 10 tries, so I'd say I didn't do too badly on it. I think it took me around 10 tries, no more than that though. So, with that, level 68, 17%, 16,874 total trophies, 392 platinums, 2,235 golds, 4,292 silvers, 9,955 bronzes. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you for the next one. Wow, that was a long platinum video.